I want to give you an intuition for why does the first Welfare theorem fail in the presence of public debts that span both of the examples that we have looked at in detail. What do we know? We know that the market, the invisible hand of the market, induces consumers to set their marginal private benefit, their marginal benefit equal to the price, by utility maximization. We've been seeing that throughout the course, and that's what utility maximization does. And also that it induces firms to equate price equals to their marginal private cost by profit maximization. That's what competitive firms do. Now, we also know that optimality requires that the marginal social benefit be equal to the marginal social cost. That's what optimality requires. Now, in the case of no externalities and competitive firms, marginal private benefit is equal to marginal social benefit, marginal private cost is equal to marginal social cost, and therefore the invisible hand of the market through utility maximization and profit maximization generates the required optimality condition. But what happens in the case in which there are externalities? With externalities, the marginal private benefit is going to exceed the marginal social benefit, and the marginal private cost is going to be less than the marginal social cost. Every unit produced costs more than the producer internalizing and generates less benefit because it creates damages that the consumers are internalizing. But since the market induces this, it also implies that the market induces that the marginal social benefit is going to be less than the marginal social cost at equilibrium. And therefore, this also implies that the key of the market is going to be greater than the optimal amount. Here is another way of seeing that. Let me do it in black. That may provide even better intuition for some of you. We know that the market equilibrium is going to happen when the marginal private cost is equal to the marginal private benefit, or the inverse supply curve is equal to the marginal private cost, or the inverse, demand and supply curves. That's going to generate the quantity of the market. But what are the externalities going to do? Are going to shift the marginal social benefit below the marginal private and the marginal private social cost above the marginal private cost. So both of them are going to push the optimal quantity below the quantity of the market. Now, the details of where these curves are depend a lot on the details of the problem, but this insight is completely general.